Good morning. Well, it's very cold in Texas today. It's around 20 degrees with 20 to 30-mile-an-hour winds. So I will not be spending a good amount of time outside today. So great day to make a video and share some thoughts with you. So I'm 75 years old, and I've given quite a bit of thought to life after death, and thought I would just kind of talk some of the philosophies that people have about life after death, and see what your thoughts are. And maybe I'll share with you what my thoughts are. So the first one I thought we would discuss is heaven and hell. And that is when the soul lives for eternity. And along with that, Christian belief that the dead are asleep until the resurrection or the final judgment. And I think that's predominantly the core belief system in many of the churches that we have today. Another one that particularly interests me is reincarnation. And there's an awful lot of information that supports reincarnation that interests me. And the reason being is the soul is just reborn into a different body. And what we find are very young children that tell their mom and dad that, they have a different dad, they have a different mom. They talk about living in a particular place and having details about that place and the year that they were born. And these are instances where they have been proven, documented. And there's just no way that the children would know about those experiences either by watching TV or hearing someone else talk about it. So that's pretty interesting, I think. Along with that are near-death experiences where people may pass away for a bit of time and they share their experiences of going through the tunnel and the bright light and maybe being reincarnated. And so that's very interesting to me. And the other thing, and I'm sure there's many, many different philosophies about religious beliefs. One of them is the lack of belief, and that is just the annihilation, that when you pass away, you're dead, you're gone, you cease to exist. And that's a little bit more difficult for me to buy into, just because we have a soul. And I believe that that soul needs to go somewhere. I don't think we just vanish. And I like to think that we have a continued purpose for our soul. And I think that so many people do wonder about this as we get older. And there's so many different ways that our belief system could go. Another one would be as if we think that we are still here, our soul is still here, it's on a different realm, and we will maybe say that those are ghosts or spirits, and there's some validity to that. Some can be easily explained, but there are a lot of people that believe in ghosts and feel like their spirit just stays here. So there's a lot to have a conversation about. I think the one that I'm most leaning toward is reincarnation. And that could just be the fact that I would love to come back and I would love to have different experiences. And I have so much faith in the videos and different things that I see about kids and adults that have had experiences that support that. So anyway, I remember I one time had an atheist friend, and we were having an in-depth conversation at dinner one day, and he was just really adamant that, you die, you don't go anywhere, you just die. And I remember my comment to him is, if I'm right, I have everything to gain, and if you're wrong, you've lost everything. So I think I just want to keep having the hope and the faith that there's a life after death. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear about your experiences, if you've had any near-death experiences, or if you've had an experience dealing with a relative or a loved one that's passed, that you had something occur that was out of the normal. So anyway, today I hope that you are staying nice and cozy in your home and having a cup of coffee and tea and enjoying your day. Take care.